Tonight, we're going to make a candy bar or two. I'm going to use this silicone mold, which is for something else, but it's the right size. A 4-ounce bar of semi-sweet chocolate. It's a German sweet chocolate, but it's semi-sweet. Rice Crispies, Cashews, and Raisins. We're going to start by breaking up the chocolate bar into smaller pieces so that we can melt them. And we're going to melt them in my double boiler here, which is simply a stainless steel bowl over a pan with hot water in it. And the reason we're breaking this up is so that it will melt much faster. And I thought it might be good to demonstrate how we break it up. And that's it so far. So now we're just going to dump it in our pan here, bowl. Now the bowl is not touching the water. The water's underneath it and steaming, which should be making the bowl hot enough to melt the chocolate. I'm also going to chop the cashews up slightly. I'm not going to chop them up much. Because I do want them big enough so that you know there's cashews in it. And I think we're just going to go with this snack size pack. It is melting pretty quickly. Now we do have to watch the temperature. We don't want to go over 115, and that's hot enough. This is a half cup of Rice Krispies. I'm not sure I'm going to use the whole half cup, so let's start with half of it. And I'd say that's probably enough. But we are going to use the whole, we're going to start with half of the cashews as well. A little more than half, actually. And while we're stirring, let's dump the raisins in, which was just 1 tablespoon of raisins. So we're going to give it the rest of the cashews. What got me started with thinking about this was I was thinking about chunky candy bars from when I was a kid. The average cost of a candy bar was 5 cents, but a chunky was 10. I didn't buy them often, but they were very, very good. They had chocolate and raisins and nuts in them. I don't recall that they had the Rice Krispies, but they may well have. We're going to give this just a little bit more of the Rice Krispies. Now we're going to stir this around until it drops down to 85 degrees. And once it does that, we're going to put it on the burner and heat it back up to 89. And then we're going to pour it in the mold. I'm hoping to get a couple of candy bars out of this. Now I'm cooling it in a bowl full of tap water, and my tap water is 82 degrees. There, we've finally managed to get down to 85 degrees. Now we're going to stir this around and make it semi-uniform. Okay, and now we're going to bump this back up to 89 degrees. Got an idea, it'll go back up to 89 much faster than it went down to 85. Okay, I sprayed 2 of the cavities of this mold with non-stick spray. So now I'm going to try to get something of a uniform amount in the 2 cavities. And I'm going to take my spatula, which has the flattest end of any of my spatulas, and try to make these sort of flat. One is a little thicker than the other. And that is what our two candy bars look like. Good morning. We're going to unveil our chocolate bars and also see if we can get them out of the mold. So there's one. There's one. And there's two. This one's better than that one. I actually wish I'd maybe made a third cavity because these are just a little bit thick, but that's okay because they're going to be very, very good. I'm going to make this easy. I'm going to cut one of these with a knife. I did put these in the fridge overnight, so they're pretty stiff right now. Yeah. Okay, let me give it a taste. Well, now that's exactly what I was hoping to create. That's a really good candy bar, and I'm going to be enjoying these very much.